It's the Scott and Steve Show on Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio. Scott and Steve.
Hey, here we go again. Another wild and crazy edition of the Scott and Steve Show. Two-time award-winning defending champions here at Lakeland. How we do? We have a full house today, though Steve is not one of our full house people. So why don't we go around real quick? Patty, you want to introduce yourself first? How's it going?
Well, hi, I'm Patty McHugh. Hi, I'm Patty.
Here you go.
You can pull it closer. You'll have
There
to
you
lean
go.
over.
I'm new at this.
Patty's got a great role here on campus. Besides giving out T-shirts to undeserving people, what else do you do?
I try to plan fun things for you guys to do.
All right, very good. The last fun thing that I was involved with anyway, specifically, was the dodgeball tournament, to which Staff Infection was the two-time defending champs of that. We were able to recruit Jeremiah in this year, and he held his own, or at least was a contributing part of that team. So, Jeremiah, thank you for your continued support.
I try.
Isn't it more fun to throw dodgeballs at Scott, though? Or Steve, for that matter?
More Steve.
More Steve. See, I
Oh,
slide through
Like him
there.
somewhat
Slide through
dodging
there.
something today.
Yeah, well,
Tim,
Last-
you want to
first-
get into this, Tim?
first things first. Last year when I did the dodgeball thing, I actually hit Dane Palmer right in the back of the head with one of the dodgeballs.
Well, a headshot, that's illegal.
Yeah,
We weren't playing yet.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the practice.
So that was a little
round.
pre.
he probably should have
little,
been disqualified.
well, they lost anyway.
That wasn't in the
It
rules.
didn't really matter.
That wasn't even in the rules. No
I didn't
pregame
make the
stuff.
rules.
Yeah, we didn't talk about pre-gaming.
I didn't make the
Yeah,
rules.
there were no pregame rules, so it could have been him being disqualified.
You know you're getting old when pre-gaming means different things to different people.
I know, right?
So
Jeremiah, are you as lost as I am right now?
No.
Okay.
that's Tim, that's sad.
not good.
That's sad.
That's not-
I'm not paying attention to them at this point.
All right. So we have Tim here. Tim, tell us what's your role here on campus now?
Well, I am both the classroom technologist over at the Holden Center, and I'm the co-advisor of the station, and I'm the host of the Morning Mayhem radio show Thursday mornings at 11 here at Lake Effect.
Outstanding. How's that show going for you?
It's very enjoyable, and I think I'm going to unseat you and Steve this year.
Well, we're actually talking about pulling out because we're tired of winning and didn't feel the competition was there. So we're going to pull
okay.
out everything from it.
No, you guys said at the end of the year.
You're not allowed to pull out.
Let's see about three-peating.
Well, I'm just saying we've talked about pulling out, just kind of like the dodgeball tournament. We talked about pulling out of that as well because, I mean, you know, it gets
Complete
old.
lies.
It gets
you
old.
said that back in April.
It gets old.
the
It
end
gets
of
old. I'm
April.
just telling you, we're
You
talking
can't do
about
it now.
We can do anything we want to do. I
No,
mean,
you
we
can't.
Well, sure we can.
Or you can just make, poorly chosen bets.
We could do that, but Steve's not here at this point to talk Michigan, Ohio State. But we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. So great. So tell us a little bit about your show. What do you focus on? What's the deal?
I do more of talk shows and music and stuff like that. What do you guys normally do around here? Just sports, right?
Nah, we talk about a wide variety of things. So
Okay.
it just depends. We focus on sports for
Okay.
sure, but we talk about a lot of different things. You'd be shocked. We'll see what we'll get into today. It'll be very interesting to see how it goes. Jeremiah, how are you doing today?
Not bad.
Yeah, what's going on for you? Other than you're supporting, for those who do not have us on TV, he is sporting his Ohio State Buckeyes jersey. You want to talk about that a little bit? That's
No.
enough. All right, moving on here.
See? And it doesn't bother him much.
No, it doesn't bother me. I'm just kidding you. So we will get into that. Why don't we get into that first thing here? We had, as many of you know,
Well, we could
our
just wait
fans.
a little more.
You want to wait?
doesn't matter.
Is Steve going to call in today, you think?
No.
I don't know what he's got going on. I know he's busy today. Unfortunately, he's unable to make it. I don't know if he has the ability to
Unfortunate,
call
actually falling through with a bet.
in. Yeah, I'm sure he will. He's good for it. We know where he lives.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He's in
No,
the
the
basement.
other bet that he was trying to, wiggle out.
He'll come clean with
Video
that. He's
really
good.
sucks sometimes.
He'll come clean with that. He'll come clean. But Jeremiah was the big winner, as Ohio State was the big winner this weekend, as they they walloped Michigan over the weekend. And Jeremiah, you called it. We have to give you kudos for that. I was surprised. Got to tell you, I was absolutely surprised in that victory. But
So which one did you bet with? The heart or head?
I bet with my head, and they got smoked, as sometimes happens. Wouldn't be the first time in my life my head's been wrong. I am married, so I'm told that. so I lost. I lose all kinds of bets there, so that does happen. But congratulations to you. Ohio State looked very, very good over the weekend. So let's get to it now. They came out 6th in the latest poll. Is that the right spot? What do we think?
Yeah, I don't care. They dethrone Michigan, especially all their talking.
Okay.
That's the most important thing for one.
So getting to the Final Four doesn't matter.
If it happens, it happens.
So that's my question. Did they get it right, in your view?
I think, because UCF...
You got Alabama. Alabama came out 1. They're undefeated. Clemson's number 1 undefeated. Notre Dame's number 3, also undefeated. Georgia slid in at number 4. Oklahoma at 5. OSU 6, Michigan 7, which really surprised me.
I know, they should have
UCF
dropped
8.
a few down.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State just smoked them. I can't believe they're so close to each other. And UCF, the ultimate of disrespect, they can't catch a break. For those
At
who are
least
followers, that's the team I keep
UCF
on.
should be above Michigan.
For sure. I'll be honest with you.
Did you hear something new too today?
What's that?
It's a 62% sale off of the revenge tours.
62% sale. Oh, that's great. Boy,
I've been waiting to say
I was
that
just
to
saying,
Steve.
you should have held it for a little while. I mean, he'll be in, and talk about that. Yeah, but so with that puts Ohio State in a position where moving on to the Final Four they're going to need some help. Is that how you see it? Is that right, wrong, and different? What do you think? As our Ohio
they're
State
definitely
rep?
going to need some help.
Do you think that's the right thing, though, is what I'm asking?
It happens like that, but
He's a fountain of facts over there.
Well, the thing is, you wish that they sort of held their own destiny, that they didn't have to rely on that.
Right.
But then, sometimes something happens and you got to do that. And it's a 50-50 shot.
That's something that happens is losing.
Yeah.
If they didn't lose they got smoked by Purdue. I mean, if that didn't
But then
happen.
they returned the favor a few weeks later on someone else.
Who?
Michigan.
Oh. Okay, all right. I was going to say, because their last few games, they have snuck by. And I think the committee was pretty clear on that. They said, we can't look at just one game. It's more of a body's worth of work of the season. And, throughout the season, they have not been consistent, I guess is the best way of saying it.
True.
Certainly talented, but not consistent. And they've squeaked by and could have, would have, should have lost several games, but they always pulled them out for the most part. So yeah, I thought that was a very interesting thing. But with the way that wound up, I mean, now you got Notre Dame not even playing this week, which is it will be interesting to see what happens there. Do they drop to 4 for not playing? I mean that'll be.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll
this
find.
Weekend.
Well, Georgia, Alabama, that's the big game. Big game this weekend is Georgia, Alabama. Do we want to put a poll up on this? Do we want to have a internal bet here, or what are we thinking?
Can.
Well, what do you
Up
think?
to you.
Who you pulling for?
I would like to see Bama go.
As in win or lose?
Actually lose.
So are you saying Georgia's going to win?
But I don't think they have enough horses in the rodeo.
All right, so you have to decide. I'm saying
I know.
Alabama's going to win.
I'm really, caught in the middle of, that thing of, yes, reality, but it would be nice, that little fantasy.
What's what I really want to see
You
happen?
know.
I'd love to see them tie. That would be awesome. Because if they tie, they can't tie because of college playoffs. So Georgia to win in overtime is what I should say. Because if that were to happen, that keeps Georgia in, knocks Oklahoma out, knocks Ohio State out, and the top 4 are set. And I think that's the way it should be regardless.
Yeah. Because that's the thing is, like, Bama, they always been there. It would be nice to see someone else
Well, they're a top
become
program.
that stable,
They're a top program. Or what would be even better is if either that or if Georgia gets blown out. If Georgia gets blown out, then that means now the committee, assuming Oklahoma wins, the committee will have to decide between, and assuming Ohio State wins, they'd have to decide between Oklahoma and Ohio State. That would be an interesting thing. Mm-hmm. Especially if they're close games. Now, Ohio State is playing Northwestern. Northwestern is they're ranked, I think, 21st?
19th.
19th? Okay. No, 19th?
They got to 19.
Wow.
Check that out. Check those facts there. I believe them, but check those facts.
Well, they sort of been underrated most of the year, at least starting off.
Well, they weren't very good starting off, but
they pieced it together. That's all
right.
that counts.
Right, and then you've got Oklahoma playing number 14 Texas though.
They're 21.
21.
Okay.
See, I was right. Look at this guy here.
That's
All right.
close enough.
So-
It's just 2.
Well, no, but what
away.
I'm saying though is if you have comparable victories by both teams, then I don't know how do you I don't think you can jump Oklahoma. I don't think it can happen.
Who does Oklahoma play?
They play Texas,
Who they already lost to once this year.
who's ranked 14th in the country right now.
Okay.
And they already lost to Texas this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So you're gonna make who are the final 4? I guess that's what I need to know. Who are the final 4?
As a bet, or who's going to actually?
It doesn't have to be a
completely
bet.
just
Who's
throw
gonna do
out?
it? Who's gonna do it? You tell me.
Going 1 through 4, not just
Sure.
throw out.
Just
the
give me 4.
Teams.
Give me 4 teams.
Okay. I want to definitely Clemson.
Yep.
Would be actually cool. Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State.
That's who you think's gonna make it?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way in God's creation that's going to happen. I'll bet you Patty's salary on it.
That isn't much.
It's not. Do it, Jeremy.
Nah, you honestly think that's what's going to happen? Wait, you said
World?
you said Clemson.
Yeah.
Who else? Oklahoma, Ohio State, and Georgia.
Well, Georgia, yeah.
How's Notre Dame going to
I
drop
was
out?
gonna say Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Though there is talk Notre Dame could drop out because they're not
Right.
winning a
Well, the
conference
thing
championship.
is, the past few years, the number 3 seeds never made it. The original first seed of number
Right.
3's never made it in the playoffs.
Well, I don't see any way that
Since-
Alabama gets knocked out unless they absolutely lay a complete egg at Georgia, and even then, I don't know if they get knocked out.
I think in a way they might.
Would you like the bowl prediction of the week?
I did not see that. What is the bowl prediction of the
Would
week?
you like my bowl prediction?
Let's hear it.
Clemson loses to Pitt.
Clemson has not been playing stellar.
Exactly.
They
No.
have not been playing
I
stellar.
think that's the bowl prediction. Clemson's going to lose this week.
that could happen.
They do.
And if they do, now we have all sorts of new things to talk about.
Well, then it goes to then the Bama Georgia thing.
Well, there's a
All
lot
that
that has
too.
to happen. If Clemson were to lose, which could happen, I still see Alabama staying in. I see Notre Dame staying in. I don't see Georgia getting blown out. That would just shock the heck out of me. Assuming Clemson drops, I see at that point you got Georgia and Oklahoma. I don't see a change there. Unless you have another upset. I see that's one thing. I think Ohio State needs a couple upsets to happen, and that's a lot to ask for. I think in this time, but Clemson has not been blowing people out. They have not been playing to their potential. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes for sure. For sure. Pitt is okay. I think the team that gets hosed in this whole thing is UCF again. UCF, they continually get hosed.
Well, they did lose their starting quarterback for the
Oh,
year in their
God.
last game.
But what's that going
They're-
to do with the ranking? They still went on and dominated and won. They're still undefeated.
They're still undefeated, but I think they're going to lose their conference. Are they in Conference USA title game?
Yeah, they play Memphis this
I think
week.
they're going to. I think they're going to lose. I think the
Yeah.
regular season streak is over.
So my question was, how do you not stay ahead of Ohio State, or how does Michigan stay ahead of UCF in that situation?
Strength of schedule.
Oh, stop it! Who?
Who has UCF played?
Well, they're playing Memphis. They beat Cincy, who was ranked last week.
Ooh, Memphis.
Yeah. Since
How
he was-
many Pro Bowlers make it, out from Memphis in the
Oh,
NFL?
okay, we had this conversation last week. Who has Ohio State played that's been so awesome? Michigan, I'll give you. Okay.
Until last week. A little too
And,
soon.
yeah. So so how does Michigan stay ahead of UCF? That makes no sense to me.
I know. That,
that
still
makes absolutely no
baffles
sense to me.
Then Steve will sit there and argue, blah, blah, blah. This is the reasons why.
But I mean,
that.
Who is the strongest
still,
team
that's a
UCF
question
has
mark.
played this year?
I'd have to look at the schedule.
Is it
I'll tell
Cincy?
you. I'd have to look it back up. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
think
let's look that up
Cincy,
real
you know.
quick. Because if Cincy is, this, and I think
'Cause
Patty's
North-
got it for us.
Even if North Carolina, they did play them,
At the
that's
time,
a joke.
Well, at the time, though,
Their
North
time.
Carolina was thought more highly of. I don't know who they've played more recently.
Well, no, they're actually like 2-9 this year.
Right.
I mean,
but I'm
they're
saying at the
mediocre.
time, though, they were thought to be better than certainly what they finished
when
up.
UCF played Cincinnati, Cincinnati was not ranked.
Sure they were. They were.
Yeah, I
According
thought
to
they
this.
were.
They were ranked last week.
Not
I
according to
swore
this,
they
they
were.
weren't.
Yeah, they were. Man, your rankings. Where do you look at there, young man? They were ranked in the 20s last
You
week.
know,
Cincinnati was.
Pitt-ish. But really, outside of that,
Who's that?
it's a bunch of mediocre
Who?
schools they
I didn't hear
play.
who you said. Who?
Pitt.
Pitt. They played Pitt, and God, we just said Pitt might play Clemson, and
But tell
you're picking
me-
them to upset them,
They crushed.
Temple.
and they crushed Pitt.
Yeah, crushed.
So I mean, so you got a team that you're saying
But
is
they
gonna,
almost lost to Temple.
okay. Well, shoot, look who Ohio State's almost lost to. So you've got Pitt,
But how
who you're
much of
telling
a
me,
danger
Well,
is,
you're telling
Temple?
you're how much of a danger is just Rutgers. I mean, come on. You got Pitt, who you just told me is going to upset the number 2 team in the country, and UCF smoked them, and you're telling me that UCF shouldn't get any consideration. That doesn't
But
make
then,
any sense.
Well, the thing is, because if you look, because didn't Pitt play Notre Dame and they almost beat Notre Dame, I thought, or something?
Yeah.
So,
So Pitt's decent then, from what I'm hearing. Right? I mean,
they
you're-
have their ups and downs,
okay, but
depending on the
well,
week.
well, they're in a playoff, right? Conference playoff. So they must be decent.
but they're not
And
ranked.
UCF's
actually nationally ranked.
and that's my point. The rankings are ridiculous. The rankings are not based on what's actually out there. They're not. They
Well,
are
tell
not.
me, last time you seen Connecticut actually out there, that's a tough
Well-
team to beat.
So do you want to go through the Ohio State schedule then, and do you really want to pick apart schedules? Come on, you guys have played a bunch
At
of
least
jokes
they're not
too.
playing the MAC. The
They
MAC's
have in the
mediocre.
past. They have in the past.
Well,
You-
it's a one game in that.
Okay.
Ooh, one game.
Well,
not
but
You want to
the
talk
extra-
about a
schedule.
ranking system that's a joke, Scott? You want to
Sure.
talk about a ranking system that's
Sure, let's
a joke?
get it. Let's get at
Let's
it.
go to college basketball for a second. What that system that replaced RPI, which
Right.
is net or whatever the beep it is,
Uh-huh.
has Ohio State as the number 1 team in the country
Right.
based on the NET rankings.
Right.
Really?
At 8-0, and they have something like Austin Pay at number 11.
Right. Right.
You want to talk about ridiculous? That's ridiculous.
Or back off
I would
the mic
agree.
just a
I
little.
would
Thank you.
absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
I'm talking into it because I'm yelling and making a point.
No, I didn't
That's
realize
ridiculous.
they're ranked number 1 in that.
Yeah,
They
and
didn't
then-
realize
Pull them
that.
up.
yeah. Pull up that.
Pull
net.
up that thing so we can have a quality
That's
conversation.
mediocre, possibly.
And they got rid of the RPI system because it caused so much controversy.
Right. I know.
This is even more controversial.
Duke was obviously number 1. They got beat just last week.
Gonzaga.
Yeah, by Gonzaga. Right. Gonzaga was what 8th or 9th at the time or something when they beat them. 3rd. So where Gonzaga at now? I don't.
One.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you just told me Ohio State was 1.
Oh, and basketball.
And according to the net rankings, not the AP poll.
Oh,
Okay.
net rank.
Yeah, look up the system that replaced the RPI system.
Yeah.
That system has Ohio State at number 1.
Net?
Yeah.
Net, yeah. That stuff. Rankings as a whole are very political. And let's be honest, even when it comes to the bowl games, when they start picking it out, what's the things that they look at?
And they
Will
really
they draw?
didn't
How
do
well
that
does
good.
how well does their fans travel? Right? That's a piece of the bowl selection. You know, where are they at? How much money will they bring in? I mean, and when you start getting to that kind of stuff, then the bowls don't really matter. They really don't. And there's so many of them anyway.
Right.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
All right, guys. Well, I got to get to work, so.
Hey, Tim, thanks for stopping in, man.
Guys, have a good rest of the show.
All right.
And Scott, try not to break everything.
I won't. Not at all, man. All I know is I'm gonna give you a precursor congratulation if you think you're gonna win that award this year. I think Steve and I are pulling out, so we should open up the lanes right for you. Congratulations and good luck. But I'll talk with Steve as we get more on that later on.
I doubt that.
I'm going to be voting for you guys. So
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm going to do it. Right, Jeremiah?
Whatever. Just going to say that. Just whatever.
All right, so let's get back here now. Patty, we got you in here as a guest. What's going on in your world down there in
Well-
intramurals and activities? Do we have anything good coming up?
Well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, what's
Tomorrow
happening?
at 2:00. I'm hoping some people show up. We were supposed to have a little bit of a 3-on-3 basketball.
3-on-3. How many teams you got right now?
I guess I'll find out when I show up. It's top secret.
All right, top secret. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock
2 o'clock.
in the main or Aux?
I believe we're in the Aux.
In the Aux gym, 2 o'clock. 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Is there money to get in?
No.
Okay.
Just fun.
Okay,
Just
it's all
have
for fun.
All for fun.
Like-
And high fives.
Oh, and high fives.
Man, this is just.
He forgot his coke.
Yes, I did.
It's better than-
Someone
It's
could
better
grab
than
that.
ice cream. It's better than ice cream in here, I swear. That's outstanding. So tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the Aux gym, you could participate in the intramural basketball tournament. It's 3-on-3. Do the teams have to be male, female? Does it matter?
I just want people to show up.
Just want people to
I
show.
don't care if there's 3 girls, 3 boys, 2 boys and a girl.
If they're a
2 girls and
living being.
Boy. Sure. And I guess we need at least 6 people.
We need 6.
We
All
need
right.
6.
So we challenge. Now, they cannot be basketball players on the
No.
Lakers basketball teams,
No.
either male or female. It cannot be on the teams. But outside of that, we're looking for at least 6 to show up tomorrow,
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
2
and,
o'clock. I'll be there.
And see what can happen. Are you going to be playing or officiating?
No, I can't play.
Is it going to be call your own fouls?
Call your own fouls.
Ooh.
I know.
Some people now, I get to play on occasion. Sometimes people get very ticky-tacky with the fouls, and sometimes people, if they're not bleeding, they don't call anything.
Oh, yeah,
So,
we're
you
going
know.
to play it out.
We're going to play it out. That's
We're
what I
gonna
like. That's
play
my
it out.
kind of game there. So tomorrow, 3 o'clock, or 2 o'clock, excuse me, 2
2.
o'clock. And yeah, let me not screw that up.
Well, no, and if you don't come back, I'll bring some games down. We can play a game.
That's
Yeah,
outstanding.
if I don't get
Wow.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, they really played a mediocre schedule.
Who's that?
Ohio State basketball team.
You know, it is what it is. You got to get your wins, so that way your rankings are there. You got to have your wins for the end of the year, because you got to remember too that coaches' contracts are also based on wins and that kind of stuff as well. So if I have to schedule 8 cream puffs to get my 20 wins, you can bet your little bet that I'm going to do that, just because that's
I'm
what it
surprised
takes.
Cincinnati actually doing decent.
Cincinnati in basketball?
Yeah.
Well, they've been decent the last few years, though. So Cincinnati's not bad.
I never really paid attention to basketball till it comes near March Madness.
March
time.
Madness is the best. Is
That's
for
why I
sure
didn't know this
awesome.
was even going. I didn't even realize they replaced the system. To be honest,
Oh, man, I tell you, there's so many ranking systems out there, and they all claim to
Except-
be the best, and all of them are just funky.
like
in
this
general.
one. This is mediocre, really.
What is that?
Cleveland State playing them. Yeah, that's a mediocre game.
Well, you just got done telling me it's the MAC, and they should be excited about that,
No, the MAC's not the most greatest.
right? But didn't you just get done
Conference.
saying that that's awful that UCF played the MAC, and there's Ohio State playing the MAC?
No, I was saying if Ohio State just played all MAC schools, that would be very. They shouldn't be ranked.
UCF does
then.
not play just MAC schools either, because they're not in their conference.
But they're not playing Big Ten or
So that's
let's say
assuming.
one
But now you're
game.
putting the perception that the Big Ten is better, and that's where I see. I think that's
Yeah.
where the discrepancy is. If you go now, are the top teams in the Big Ten perhaps better than the top teams in their conference? Perhaps, but I think it would be a good matchup. But are the middle to lower rung teams in their conference better? I don't think so. And so then that's my point. When you look at overall strength of conference, I'm not wowed by the Big Ten. I'm not.
Well,
I'm
really,
not.
I'm just using them as an example.
Right.
Insert another conference, whatever you want to do.
Well, that's my
some
point.
conference.
That's my point. But you're making my point for me then. That's why I don't think it's appropriate.
But
the
I
way
think
that
it's
happens.
they should be playing at least like one better conference.
Can you get that better conference to agree to play them on a neutral site or at their place as opposed to a home game for the Big Ten? No, you can't, which is why it doesn't happen.
You never know.
It doesn't
Are
happen.
you the athletic director?
I am at Lakeland, yes.
Well, no, but not there. You don't know if they tried it or not.
Young man, have you not paid attention to what's happened for the last 20 years across the world of athletics here in America? The top teams will not play a mid-level team at their place, because if they lose, it's very embarrassing from their perspective. Right? They will not travel, will not play. Won't happen. Does not happen.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to every single one.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is look at the schedules. Anybody's schedule. They don't play them. You think that Ohio State's going to go play Akron at Akron? Not a chance.
Well, not playing Akron's not that good.
You played them.
Well, one year.
So why didn't you
know,
play them?
How many?
Why not at Akron?
I don't know, because you could think, a few years ago it was at Akron. I don't know. I'm not going to go dig through all the years.
It wasn't. But there's a good reason for it, though. Because at Akron, how many fans are they going to bring in?
Man, that's the other part.
Well, that's the main reason. At Ohio State, they know they bring in Akron, they're going to bring in 105,000 people or whatever. And so they're going to make millions.
Plus, the other thing is, if you think of it, Akron, Columbus, it's not that far away that their fans are going to...
Well, that's the point, though. That's even more reason. If Ohio State really believed what you're saying right there, they should play those games on the road on occasion. Not everyone, but they should do some, right? Let's play a FBS, a non-FBS school on the road. Appalachian State. Go ahead. Good luck. Won't happen. Will not happen.
If you really want to get serious, if went through, let's say, the history of, where, certain teams play and how many and that, I'm not interested to go that in depth.
Okay.
Especially because you think Ohio State program digging back that many years, I don't want to waste my time into it.
Okay. Pick
But it
any
might
team.
be.
Ohio State's not the only one. We just had to be talking about
Well,
Ohio
no,
State.
I'm just saying in
I'm
general,
talking-
they might have. I don't
Right,
know for
right.
sure.
No,
I don't
what-
really want to dig that far.
No,
into
what
it.
I'm telling you is that no Power 5 program will play a mid-level program on the road. Will not happen. Will not happen.
Recently or ever?
You can never say never because who knows what happened 100 years ago. I'm
Okay.
saying in the last 20 years. Is that recent?
That works.
All right.
It's probably
How about since the turn of the millennium? Since 2000.
Okay.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It does not happen.
Okay.
You know.
Challenge accepted.
You may find one, but I would challenge you to
If
find
I
that
find
one.
at least two.
Good luck to it, man.
Okay.
Good luck to it.
Challenge accepted.
All right, very good.
You know that.
I know you'll find two,
back 50
but then we're gonna
years.
have no. It's only since the turn of the
20.
century.
I'm not going to go past two. If you want to go past that,
No.
all power
it's
to
very
you.
difficult. It's very difficult. I think you'll be. I think when you start looking at it, you'll be surprised. But to the credit of the program, it's financially driven. I mean, let's be honest. Because if I'm Akron, I'm going to go to Ohio State and play because I know I'm going to get a cut of that
Oh, yeah.
that millions of dollars. Whereas if I host the game, I'm still not going to make that much.
Their
So I do
stadium
it.
maybe what? If it's 40?
And their old rubber bowl.
Lucky?
Is it still a rubber bowl?
No, I don't think
No, I know they have a
No,
new
they-
stadium. I don't know.
think
I know they have a new stadium. I don't know how much. Let's say for the sake 40.
Right.
If you want more money, you're going to go there. Not only because your students are going to travel
Well, for
there.
sure. For sure.
Everyone, it's not like, hey, we're going to go play in Carolina or in California.
Right.
That you're not going to get that. It makes sense in a way because get the cut of money. Not only your fans will travel with the team because what's an hour and a half drive?
You playing in basketball tomorrow?
Yeah,
No.
You playing basketball?
If I can, I will.
Alright.
If I can, I will. I was gonna challenge you to a one-on-one game.
Nah, basketball's not my
On
thing.
the game.
What about pig?
Ah,
What
there you
The
go.
game of horse
Yeah.
around the world.
Ooh, I haven't played that in years.
21.
21's a good game. I like 21. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No, all right. Well, I don't want him on my team then. Just for the record, if he can't play, I don't
I can
want.
play 21.
Really, I
can
wasn't
play horse.
planning on because basketball's not my thing.
I like
Not
to
including
play.
I'm trying to get my school stuff done a little sooner.
Hey, speaking of that, do you know there's only 2 weeks left of classes?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Students, I hope you're studying, taking note, and do what you need to do. There's, a week and a half left of
Yeah,
classes.
it's only a week and a half.
Week and a half left. So you got to get those projects done. Hopefully you're doing that. And how are your classes coming? All right? All
That's
A's?
not bad.
All A's?
The one it might end up being like a high B, like 88.
That's not acceptable.
I don't know. I'm
This
disappointed.
is our leader.
It
in here.
is what it is.
All right.
Well, you still have a week and a
Maybe it will. It's
Yeah.
still some things to shake out.
Well, don't share the class because that would be a FERPA violation
half. I
if we
believe in
shared
you,
that alone.
Jeremiah.
You can do it.
You can do it. I believe
Yeah.
in you.
Pull the A, man. Pull the A.
Yeah, I'm trying to get everything done like the Saturday before finals week.
You got projects and stuff, papers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun.
I have an essay. I have a test that's an essay, 3, question essay.
All right.
That's
You don't like that, huh?
it's just dumb.
It's dumb.
Well, I don't know. What do I say to that? Every class has the ability to test any way that they feel is appropriate.
Well, especially because it's on Blackboard and that, and he doesn't say if it's a time limit on it and that. So it's like if you put a time limit on it with these essays, not only he doesn't give you much to the brief oversight of the case.
Just make sure you cite your sources if you use
Yeah.
any. That's all I can say to you. Cite
I know.
your sources.
I could see him going, say, hour and a half, answer these 3 questions. It's like, I'm not going to do much research into it because the time limit,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, I don't know what
Not
the questions
risk
are.
the thing of,
Right.
going in and needing to hurry up and cite stuff on top of hurrying up and put a response together.
Sure. I think it depends on what
It's
the
better
questions
to
are.
be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
If I, lose a few points, I'd rather do that than going and try to rush in that than end up, well, you didn't cite this correctly.
Okay.
I'd rather, go that way than that way.
All right. So you're going to give it all opinion answer.
Yeah, if it ends
All
up like... It depends.
How can it be wrong then if it's an opinion?
Can't be wrong. That's right.
Opinions
Can't be
aren't
wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's true, though.
A little book
Depends who you
knowledge.
ask.
Book
Let me give you my
knowledge,
opinion on that.
No, that's not true.
Book knowledge and a little opinion. I don't know until I go and start the test and find out how it's formatted.
So you trying to finish that this weekend or next weekend?
Probably by next Saturday.
Oh, so you
Following.
got another week still.
Yeah.
All right, you got time to
At
prep.
least a week and a half.
All right.
Well, then he can come play basketball.
Oh, for sure. You can come. You can keep score or officiate.
Yeah, you can.
The ball
Maybe.
goes in the basket. It counts as one. Is that how we're doing
One,
it?
unless
One.
it's 2 points. If
Oh,
it's
you
at the
playing-
three.
you playing the
One and
arc?
twos, yeah.
Oh, it's playing the arc. Big
25.
time. Big time.
25 max.
Wow.
25 max?
Yeah.
That's
20, first
okay.
25 wins.
That's
Okay.
gonna be a long
Is it?
game.
So you
It's almost
actually
like
lower it?
volleyball.
But if I only have 2 teams,
25 points is gonna be a long game. I'm
Right.
telling you right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna
so it'd be anybody's
That
game
could be
then.
an hour long.
We might play full court if there's only 6 people that show up.
That's a good idea.
Huh?
I'd be up for that. I need to exercise. That'd be good for me. So that'd be good. Work out some of that turkey. You know what I mean? Turkey and apple pie and other beverages and stuff. Gotta work some of that off. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Hey, let's go to football. Cleveland. We talked earlier. Cleveland plays Houston this week. Well, wait. Cleveland beat Cincinnati.
Yeah, they did.
That was huge. That was a winner for us as well. I think both Jeremiah and I both picked the Browns over to Cincinnati. Browns
know.
are up to 4 victories, baby. They got 4.
It was a really tough weekend for Steve.
He had a tough one. Did he lose everyone? Let's see. He lost hockey. He lost Ohio State, obviously. He lost...
He lost 4 bets on top of 4 games that were
No, he
really
pi-
close to his heart.
He picked Oklahoma, though, so he won that one.
I know, but then the jersey bet too, if you count that as a separate thing.
Yeah.
So you think he lost 4 bets, then his 2 favorite teams lost.
Yeah. That was a tough week for him. An Oklahoma game, what was it, 56,
I don't
53
know.
or something crazy? That was a wild game.
I didn't even pay attention to
Yeah,
it,
it was
to
something.
be
It
honest.
was something nuts like that. But he had a tough week. It went 1 for 4 on the board there. So well, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's how it rolls. I'm trying to think, Jeremiah. So you got 1 win. You got 2 wins. You've got 2 wins,
Yeah.
and I also have 2 wins, right?
Well, then if you count our other verbal wager that was in the room,
Which one was
went
that?
3-2.
Which one was the verbal one? Oh, the jersey.
Yeah.
The jersey. Okay, I went 2-2. You went 2-2 on the board. Steve went 1-3.
Then 3-2.
Yeah. So all right. Not a bad week. Not bad.
Not
50-50.
bad.
Gotta like that.
Went better than him. That's all that matters.
Browns, Houston. What do you think, man?
I think it's possibility they can beat them. Or depend
It's a possibility
the...
they can beat any team.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid over here.
No, I didn't pay attention to Monday night game. I should retract that till I look at this.
Listen, I hope the Browns get their 5th win this week, so I don't have to get nervous as we go down the stretch here. But I got to be honest with you, that's a tough. That's going to be a tough order, tall order right there, beating the Texans. However, it was pointed out to me that since Hugh Jackson has joined the Bengals, I think the Bengals are winless since Hugh Jackson's joined them.
Yeah, this week
So
would
I'm
be
not
tough,
sure,
actually.
I'm not sure how that rolls or what have you, but that's kind of an interesting thing. They said that he might be the first coach to be fired from 2 places in the same year. Right? I don't know if that's true or not, but someone did say that he could be the first.
I know.
First, was that
I
you that
heard
said-
it.
Yeah. So
No, I at least heard it.
I've heard that as well. I don't know if that's
Here,
actual
I'll
fact
show
or
you
not.
something funny
All right.
that I sent to somebody that
All
you
right.
might well know.
I don't know many people, but let's go ahead.
Well, starts with an S and ends with an E.
Sarah Lee.
Sarah.
No,
Oh,
the first name.
Sarah.
No. It doesn't have a Sarah doesn't have an E in it.
Well, I said Sarah Lee. And you said no, the first name, so that's why I said Sarah. So, you must be talking about Mr. Gal. Oh, I saw this post, this email. What does this say for all of our listeners out there?
It's just another 34 to lose.
Not 34 games to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a really rough weekend. It started Saturday night when he decided to go and post something to me.
Yeah.
It all started there.
Oh boy, I tell you.
Then
Well-
it started to this.
So we are on radio, so this and there might be difficult for some of our listeners to pick up. But essentially, it's bad comments from Steve going towards Jeremiah about how Michigan's going to win, and
I
making
do
some
like
bad
that
comments. And but it does have Jeremiah winning in the end, so he's very excited about that.
Especially when he goes and says old news.
Yeah, but. So let me ask you this: with the Browns now, at the end of the game, Hugh Jackson wanted to give a hug to or talk to or pat to Baker Mayfield, and Mayfield politely declined. Now people are saying, "Hey, that's poor sportsmanship. It's
It's
get
still
over it
going
kind of
on.
thing."
It's another comment he decided to make too on that standpoint.
Who are you talking about? You talking about Steve now, or the topic that we're on the air about here?
Well, no, I figure I would show you that
Oh, the
one.
Michigan
That's
fans
another
feeling
good
salty?
one.
Yeah, that is. So Morton Salt commercial. Michigan fans feeling salty.
And you know the sad thing is, I sat there and just made these each and every time he made a comment. It was
that is sad.
Hey, but I won the argument pretty good though.
You did
All
win.
about winning.
Exactly when it
It's
comes
all
to
about
him. But yeah, Baker, it's been back and forth still
Is
yet.
this sportsmanship that we're talking about here?
Yeah, I'm going back to this.
Okay, to which part?
It's something on Twitter now going in between them of, well, he never, cared about the team, blah, blah, blah. It's like, for the love of God, just,
and let it go.
shut up.
You mean don't go on social media and try to bring more things up?
Well,
Right.
that's like the post-game conference and that. It's like, grow up here. Be classy.
Who are you talking to? Hugh or
Baker.
Baker? Okay.
'Cause-
So you felt that Baker now did shake his hand or whatever.
He
So you
did
felt
shake his hand.
you
Well,
felt
still yet, you had
feel
the
he should-
post-game interview, him saying, well, he tried to give me a hug and I didn't want to and I pushed him away to, now it's on social media, then it's,
So when the reporters
other
asked
things going
him
on.
the question, he should have done what? Just said no comment?
well, and that we sort of talked and then that's it. Didn't have to go into why, pushed him away, and
Okay.
just because it's not like Hugh said anything bad about him.
Well, we don't
He
know
didn't
that.
say,
We have no idea what went on
well,
behind closed
between
doors.
both of them.
Well, I'm saying,
knows?
that's what I'm saying.
But
We have
in
no
the
idea.
media, hasn't went, well, Baker and that, well, he's just a kiddish person.
So you're saying that Baker Mayfield has gone online and said something poorly about Hugh Jackson?
Oh, it's now on his Twitter. He commented on Twitter off of his account to something too. It's starting to turn into this like big giant saga
Right.
of game or different like talk shows, sports shows on ESPN said something and tag him in it, then he adds more to it. It's like for the
Social
love
media.
of God, be classy. Just shut up. Hugh hasn't got in the middle of it to make fun of you in this. Just enough's enough. Chop it.
For once, I have to say I absolutely agree with you wholeheartedly. But I would say this not just for them. I would say this to people in general. get off Twitter, get off social media,
Absolutely.
get off this stuff, and actually communicate with people and get rid of all that stuff. I just get rid of it. I absolutely agree, wholeheartedly, 100%. You don't have to live on the World Wide Web to be successful.
Well, and we got to remember too, we got a bunch of younger people that are looking up to these people too. And it is kind of disrespectful. We have to go with
Especially
a kind of
he's like-
respect. That's somebody's always watching.
He's like 34
Little eyes are watching.
or no, 23
he's
or
a kid.
24.
Yeah, he's
and
young.
that-
He's young.
So he's sort of adultish.
Well, he is an adult.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
he's an
So
adult.
he
Yeah.
should just start acting like it. Take that big sort of pill,
It's just
you know? It would be like this best example is let's say Scott decides, well, I'm going to leave here. It would be wrong of the players to go to social media and, well, he didn't give a crap about the team, blah blah blah, and that. If he wants to leave here to, have a year or two to just relax, chill out, it's his decision. He decides, oh, well, I'm going to work for another college. After
gap
that,
year.
it
You can
is.
call that a
it
gap
is-
year, isn't it?
It's called
Yeah.
gap-
I believe it's
It's
a
a
gap
it's
year.
a recharging year.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to recharge my
Don't
batteries.
retire, rewire.
That's.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's.
I'd like to say for the
You know.
record, Lakeland, I am not looking anywhere, and I'm still
No.
hopefully
The
gainfully
rumors.
report.
You know, rumors get
I don't. That's
started.
right. I don't want to start here on the Scott Steve Show. I am
The
not. I'm
hypothetical
happily employed.
situation.
Well, yeah, what we just got done about dropping, cutting it, letting it go.
I know. But just say the hypothetical thing of.
Let's
if
use a
that
different
happened,
example. Let's say
it
at a
doesn't
dodgeball
matter.
game, someone acts inappropriately, they win or lose. How to let it go.
Hey, you gotta let it go. You got a T-shirt. You didn't earn it. Let it go.
Right. I still haven't let that one go yet. Yeah, I'm still struggling
Well,
with that
that's
one.
like even me in that. If I didn't get employed here, and if I go, let's say to Kent State, let's say
Ashtabula campus or which branch?
whatever, let's say whatever it is,
I'm just-
because this is just pure, just random. I'm not going to go say, well, they suck.
I seen the athletic director left Cleveland State.
Oh, did he?
I just seen that on the news last night. Since it's
I
about
didn't know.
athletic directors,
Okay.
I just thought it
I'm
was-
not interested
Well,
in
no, I'm
Cleveland
just
State.
saying,
Just
okay.
for the record.
I'm not
putting
starting
it
any
out there.
rumors. I just brought up ADs. I just seen that on the news.
I appreciate
No, I
the
didn't know
information.
that.
I'm not
Just
interested
in
or
case
welcome.
you're still looking.
Now, if I get back to my office and the police are standing with a box, then I know who to blame there,
Here's your
Jeremiah.
desk. Here's everything in your desk.
That's right. God bless. Be a small box, I'm sure, but that's all right. Oh, life. Now, speaking of sportsmanship, we're hoping that tomorrow we can all carry great sportsmanship in the basketball tournament.
Well, yes.
We'd
It's
like
all
to
about
continue.
sportsmanship.
That's correct. It's not about winning or losing.
No.
It depends.
It's all
Is
about
Steve there?
participating. No.
Is Steve there for that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because he might question the rules.
I don't know.
Participation awards, they do bother me. I have to admit,
They do
this,
Yeah.
bother me. They bother me too.
I don't think that just because you participate, you should get something. You should be expected to participate. You should be expected to. If you can, do it. Don't. That's like getting a reward for showing up to class. Well, isn't that kind of the expectation? I don't know.
It's like getting a reward every week when you put your garbage out. Hey,
I do have a reward. They take it.
I know that's your
That's my
reward.
reward.
You
They
get your
take
reward.
it.
But you got to bring it down to the end of the driveway.
Well, really,
You
your
have to do
Good
that.
job, Scott.
your reward.
And I don't get yelled at by my wife. Another reward.
Good job.
Because your reward, if you think you go to your classes, you get a little
Your
bit
reward is your
paying-
education.
Your reward
Yeah.
is
It's your
education.
knowledge.
Yeah,
and a
that's correct.
little bit better paying job than working at Burger King. Let's say if you were.
Although they do have 3 pancakes for 89 cents now at Burger King.
Really?
That is a good plug.
89 cents for 3 pancakes.
Oh,
No.
wow. That's.
She
But
could
they're
just
not as
fill
good
in
as
the blank of
Breakers.
anything.
Breakers pancakes are way better though.
I do like when they put the fruit on the top. Sometimes they have that fruit stuff. I am
Oh,
a fruit kind
oh,
of
me
guy. I do
too.
like the fruit. I consider it healthy eating when I do that.
sure.
I don't worry about the syrup and the butter and the whipped,
Whipped
cream.
cream
It's just
Chocolate syrup.
but I did have fruit. It's kind of like when I go out to eat. The Huli House, something like that. I love Huli House. I'll get Huli hunks. With salad, of course.
Yeah.
So then when I talk to my wife, yeah, I ate healthy, I had salad with blue cheese dressing and the Huli hunks, of course, fried with blue cheese and oh, it's awesome.
That's horrible.
Oh, I love it.
They're
It's
good.
tastes awesome.
That's a horrible setup of making it seem good than just going downhill right after.
Well, you have
it.
to be educated enough to know you're making a poor decision, but not care. It's like, you know what, it's good. I'm willing to take the risk, and I
You
love Huli
admit
hunks.
it.
I
So
do
what
admit it.
college
Admit it.
did you graduate recently from?
Most recently, Plattsburgh State. Most recently, that was, let's see, 90.
Since you said poorly
96, something like
educated.
that. Yep, SUNY Plattsburgh, baby. Go Cardinals. So you didn't know that, did you?
No.
See, how about that? It's not like it's the Highlanders of Radford University, my other graduate school, or the Red Dragons of Cortland State, my undergrad. How about that, huh?
Yeah, I still don't know any of them.
Who's going to win the basketball
Were
game?
they in
tonight?
the middle of nowhere?
Which game?
The Lakers game.
The Lakers. We didn't even talk about
I
the
know.
Lakers.
Can we talk about the Lakers?
We can. The Lakers play tonight. They're home. They play the women play at 5:30. The men follow 20 minutes afterwards, around 7:30. They play Columbus State, the Cougars of Columbus State. And I'm going to go out and be bold and pick the Lakers, of course.
I'm
Both the
picking
men
the
and women.
Lakers.
The men and women Lakers all the way. So I'm hoping they bring their game tonight. Then they're off to St. Clair County Community College up in Port Huron this weekend for a tournament, playing Friday and Saturday. And before they come back home next Wednesday as they host Owens Community College. So they got some good games coming up here, and hopefully they can get it done before we get into finals week here. It's crunch time, so they'll play 2 league games in the next 2 Wednesdays, 2 league games with Columbus State and Owens Community College. So let's hope they can get going, get off the snide, and get off the mark and get going. Now our men suffered their first loss of the year last week. That happens, so that's okay. We're going to learn from it and move forward and go from there. We're looking forward to it. But tonight, it's free. Come on out, check them out. 5:30, 7:30. Radio station will be there streaming it, and so make sure if you can't be there, you definitely tune in to what is the tune in the link or the
LakeEffectRadio.org
There you go.
/sports.
There you go, LakeEffectRadio.org.
It's really
/sports.
creative. Just add sports
Just
instead
throw a
of,
link
you
out
know.
there on Twitter.
Huh?
If you put the link on Twitter,
Ooh, you
just
could-
jump
Well,
on
it
and
is on
follow.
Twitter.
You on Twitter?
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to post
Throw the link out
later
there.
or around this time on Twitter.
So if you're a tweeting,
If you're a tweeter,
yep, come out and get them.
Because it just follows from the like page over to Twitter. Gotta love automatic posting, forwarding to a Twitter page.
I just
Makes life easier.
That's a good thing. All right, anything else happening exciting from your end, Patty? Anything
No.
going on crazy?
No, just
Jeremiah, anything coming up? All right,
Yeah,
well,
probably hit that food for finals thing, but that's still a bit of ways.
all right. Do you want to wait till next week then?
Yeah.
All right, we'll
I
wait
don't
till
know
next
when
week.
they're doing. If
All right,
they're
well, then
doing it.
there'll be food at least 2 days during finals week. There'll be some pizza and stuff. Is usually what they do. Pizza, maybe dogs. Depends on what they got going this there. But
Yeah.
it's usually a Monday and a Tuesday typically. So that'll be coming out, I'm sure, here in the near future. But yeah, for this week though, let's call the breaks. I go down and buy you a slice of pizza if you want it to pay off my portion of the debt to you, and
I know
we'll go
I'd pay
from
my
there.
portion too.
So, all right, everyone, have a great day. Go Lakers tonight. Check them out. 5:30,
Lakers.
7:30. Go get them. Bye now.